Hey everyone, welcome back. Got a little more work today to show you. We're in the process of trying to get the frame as in good a condition as can be before we paint it. And I have pressure washed it a couple of times with some purple cleaner. Got all the oil and grease off of it, and did a steam cleaning on these Chevy frames. Apparently they kind of dip them in a protective coating, which is almost a greasy wax like substance, and apparently they hang them up from the front end here, and they dip them in a container or something with this coating. And it works great as long as it stays on there. But over time, even long-term running in the rain where you've got high velocity water hitting, it will wash that stuff off. And you can see here where the rust is where the protective coating got washed off. And then I cleaned this down to bare metal on a lot of places, and just got as good as I can. And even on the other side, I took a wire brush on a side grinder and did some more cleaning on that, but just very labor intensive. I do have some areas that have some heavier scaly rust, like right in here, and just trying to work on that. I do have some welding to do. I'm going to recap all of the body mount areas because some of them are eroded pretty good from rust. So I got to build all those back up, which is no problem. I'll weld a steel cap on that after I get the rust off. But I was on the internet and just doing a search for some good rust remover, see if there's anything out there new. And I had ordered a few products in some spray bottles, 1 quart size, just to try out to see if any of it was good. And I found a couple that worked okay, but most of them you want to immerse stuff in there. But then I ran across this product right here, and it's Dr. X Ultimate Cleaner Metal Rust Remover, and watched a couple of videos on there that they posted on YouTube. And if this stuff works, it's amazing. Basically, the instructions, of course they want you to test it in an inconspicuous area, which we're not going to do that, but basically in the videos they spray this stuff on, they let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes, and even up to 20 minutes, but you got to keep it wet from what I understand. So you don't want to do this on a hot summer day out in the sun where this stuff is going to dry quickly. So today it's about 50 degrees here in East Tennessee, and it's overcast, and we're going to do this sample and just see if this stuff actually works, because some of the claims that I've read on other products, oh yeah, this stuff works great, best stuff since sliced bread. Well, it's BS. It doesn't work. It's a total letdown. So I don't know what they're putting in their liquids that they're testing with on video, but it's apparently not the same stuff that you're buying. So we're going to give this a test, and then after we get the rust off, hopefully, then I went ahead and bought their metal flash guard, and they say to wash it, get the rust off, dry it with a leaf blower, and then spray this flash guard on it and dry that with a leaf blower, and that'll do some kind of phosphate coating that'll prevent the flash rust from coming up until I get a chance to get some bonding primer or epoxy primer on this and get it painted. So hopefully that'll work. I'm gonna spray some on this back area here, and then we'll come back and after this sits, and they say to rinse this off with a pressure washer, and it doesn't have to be a real expensive pressure washer. I have a little electric pressure washer that says it goes up to 2,000 psi, and they say that's plenty. So we're going to give this a shot, and so we'll see if this stuff actually does what it shows to do on other videos. This is a real test. I'm going to do it exactly the way they say to do it, and we're going to see if it works. And if it does, it's going to be a great labor saver, and it's going to get into areas that I just can't get into, and I really don't have anybody in my area that I can get this thing to and let them sandblast it. Of course, then you got to deal with washing out all the sand, and if this works, then it's going to be just fine enough for what I'm trying to do here and just restore this chassis. So let's give it a shot and we'll see what happens. I'll be right back and get this thing set up on a tripod, and we'll see what happens. All right, I got a little garden sprayer here, a little pump up sprayer. That's probably the best way to apply this. And we'll go ahead and just start wetting it here. They do say that this stuff is non-toxic, biodegradable, although I did get some on my hand, and where I've got a cut, it really stings. So I should be using gloves. But I can see that I guess it's starting to work, because some of the liquid that's running off is actually, looks like it has some rust in it where it's rinsing this off. And they do say that heavy rust areas may need to be treated multiple times, but I'll tell you, if this does work, then what a backbreaker saver. Now it does have a little bit of an odor, so I wouldn't recommend doing a lot of this inside, but they also say you can spray it on and wipe it off if you're doing something in closed quarters where you can't do a pressure washer or something like that afterwards. We're going to let that sit a little bit, and I'll be right back before we start pressure washing it. All right, I'm going to start to pressure wash this now, and we'll just see what happens. It appears to be doing something, so let's just check it out. made a big difference. I think with a couple more applications in the heavy areas, it'll virtually take care of all of it. And this was, there was some surface rust, just light surface rust, there was heavy surface rust, and there was some pitting involved in some of these other areas that are tough. But all in all, I would recommend this product. It's not cheap, but it's not too expensive. If you go direct to the website, it's actually cheaper than if you can buy it on Amazon or somewhere like that. So I did, I went direct to the website and I bought 2 gallons of the cleaner, the rust remover, and I bought 1 gallon of the flash protector. So we'll see. I'll dry this off, I'll do another application, and then I'll get back with a report later in this video to give you the final result and what all steps. But at first impression, I'm glad I bought it. It really did make a difference here and removed a lot of the rust. And I know some heavy areas I may have to even take a wire brush and work it in, but it is a super cleaner. So when you get done spraying this and washing it off, there is absolutely no protection on this metal. So this discoloration here, that's flash rust already happening. So the gentleman that does the video for the company, he says focus on the heavy stuff, and at the last application then worry about the flash rust everywhere else, and it'll take care of itself. And then but the main thing is to get the heavy rust off first, focus on those areas, and then the rest of it will take care of itself. All right, I'll be back later with the final result. Thanks. All right, folks, after 3.5 or 2.5 applications, I'm pretty impressed. It's done a really good job getting most of the rust off. We've got a lot of silver showing now. We do have a little flash rust. I'll take care of that later in another couple of applications. But I went through 1 gallon, and my sprayer quit on me, so I have to get another sprayer, but they're cheap enough. But yeah, I'm overall impressed with this product. I do have some, lingering rust in some of the real heavy pitted areas, and it seems to be working on that each time I apply it. It works more and more, so pretty happy with the results. Yeah, my sprayer quit when I was doing the second coat up here, so we still have a fair amount of rust on that. But overall, a couple more light applications. I've got 1 gallon of this left. I'll use it up here, and it did make a remarkable difference. And some of the tougher areas still need a couple of applications, and then overall I will do a complete fog and rinse that off, and then quickly put the flash preventive compound on there, and then it'll be ready to paint, probably with a rust converting primer, just to get into where I couldn't, and that's gonna be good enough. That cleaned up pretty good. I was hesitant on believing that product would even work, because I've been taken before several times, even with some rust remover that doesn't work. But pretty happy with that. I could probably just shoot it with the POR primer, convert this to a paintable surface, but I'll go ahead and since I've got the other gallon, I'm going to go ahead and use it. But I have run out of time today, and we will get back on this, finish it up another time, and then I'll show you an update when we try to get as much rust off of this as possible before we paint it black. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you. If you have a problem with rust on something, the Dr. X does work, and I'm not endorsed by them. I didn't get it for free, but I just wanted to try this just to see if their claims were true, and for the most part, absolutely. I highly recommend this product. That made life so much easier for me. So thanks a lot, and be well.